Person to break you out of your shell and to show you a new direction in terms of like what you are capable of achieving. So yeah, I highly recommend working with her. And if you do have the opportunity, jump in with both feet.
Comedy and improv also makes you a better presenter, better speaker, a better listener. I think it makes you a better human altogether. And I think I've been a miserable human without it for so long.
Like love isn't always a big thing that is spoken about when it comes to entrepreneurs and managerial things and go-getters and all that stuff. But love is possibly Claudine's biggest quality. She's got so much love in everything she does, and a high skill, high aptitude for improv, and there's this care in her heart where she cares about others. So some people in the performance world, it's a tough game, and so you tend to focus on where you're at, where she has enough heart to climb out of her own skin and to really care about where you're at and walk the journey with you. Hey man, she's gonna give you super skills. It's gonna be a wonderful journey. It's gonna kick ass, and you're gonna grow as a performer. If you're not a performer, you're gonna learn skills. You're gonna become a performer. You're gonna learn great improv skills with Claudine. I highly recommend it. She's awesome.
A lot of confidence, like it's brought out a lot of the characteristics that have always been deep inside of me.
That has been my journey from a timid engineer
hiding behind the scenes and just simply looking at life through the camera, through the viewfinder, I should say. And instead, I get to tell my story in front of the camera and help other people tell their story as well. So thank you, Claudine.
It was a really amazing time where I learned really the art of speaking, of making sure that whatever is going on in my mind is finding a clear way and making it to my audience. It didn't matter who I was speaking to or why. Claudine was always in our corner, helping us understand that improv is an amazing way to be open as a creative. And then even as someone outside of the creative space, improv is a way for you to generate new and exciting ideas. It's a way to come out of the shell of a corporate space and really find fun again in living. I'm so glad that I was able to work with Claudine. She has really helped me grow as a performer and as a person. And I can guarantee that she can definitely do that for you.
Before I logged on, I literally couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. And the person I was an hour and a bit ago and the person I am now is two different people. I'm more relaxed. I am feeling more confident. I feel like you've literally changed my life because I've been sitting on top of a proposal for 4 years because I was scared that I'm going to fail. I'm failing because I'm not even trying. So it's showing me that it's okay to fail. So what if I tried and it doesn't work out, but at least I would have tried. I'm really so thankful for you, for this.
Well,
You've changed my life. Really. And I hope I can continue with it.
Comedy is it difficult? Yes, very. You know what else is difficult? Making characters in your commercials sound like actual human beings, not just like mouthpieces. With Claudine's improv training, what I was able to do is come up with something that was a little bit more funny and had a little bit more character to it. So it wasn't just people mouthpiecing about the product, but rather sounding like actual human beings that talked about something they really enjoyed or cared about. So this is something that interests you. You should talk to Claudine. Literally, she's right there. National treasure, available to you. Contact her.
Claudine Ullman is an incredible coach. She has such a wonderful energy, and she's really able to guide you safely and joyfully through any process. I have always enjoyed working with her and recommend her wholeheartedly.
Angel Doves, good day. Hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Alex, Shauna, Sam, hello, my darlings. Hello, everybody on Facebook. If you are with me, if you are alive, if you are here, if you are ready to get stuck in today, 5, I need you to go absolutely crazy in the chat. I want the fire emojis. I want the hands. I want the I'm here. I've shown up. I'm ready. Okay? I want to know that you are alive. Yes, we got Steph on the bus with the fire emojis. We got Alex. We got Sam. We got Shauna. Yes, welcome, 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 guys. Today is the final day for some of us for our Comedy Catalyst Challenge. For others of us, it is very much not the final day. And if you are in VIP, you are going to get a special AI bonus day, bonus training, which we are going to do tomorrow, which I'm so excited about. So it's going to be really big. I am going to drop the links for you in the, let me open it up. Hold on, angels. You know me and technology. Which is so weird because tomorrow's training is on AI, but AI I'm really good at. But like this sort of technology, no. So hold on. Wait for moi. Okay, we're dropping the links. We're dropping the links to VIP. We're dropping the links to the Facebook group. If you haven't signed up to the Facebook group, you guys know what to do. Come on. Come on, don't mess around, please. Yeah, okay, here we are. Here's the links. Links for today. We got everything. Okay, VIP, everything you need. Right, we are ready to go. Sam, I bet you don't know what today's session is all about on this gorgeous Friday. Well, you should know because it is the 5th day. It is the final step of the Comedy Catalyst Challenge, the final step of the 4 C's formula, my comedy cash flow method formula. And today we are talking all about commitment. Okay, so if you're with me, if you are ready to commit, if you are ready to go all in, if you are ready to just soak today up, I need a yes, I'm with you. Okay, how many of you stopped? How many of you feel that if you stopped starting over again and again in life and actually finished the thing you said or you set out to do, life would be so much better? Yes. How many of you feel like if you committed to comedy, the way you have committed to everybody else's dreams for you, life would be so much better? Say yes. And what I mean by that, if you are sitting on this call and you work in tax, or you are an accountant, or you are a librarian, or you are a doctor, or you are something in your life, I want you to ask how much in your life, how many things in your life have you compromised because everyone said that that was the right thing to do, the right dream to have, the right path to follow? If not now, when? And if not this, what? Write that down. That is a writer downer. And you need to pull that sentence. Oh, it is Friday, the 11th of July at 11:11. Thank you for joining me, angels. Spirit guides are in the room. Okay, as I said, that this is the most important question. And as I'm asking it, I'm saying it to myself as well. If not now, when? If not this, then what? Okay, so I want you to make a promise to yourself today that you are going to stop playing small and start playing like the professional comedian that you are. This isn't a challenge for people who have one leg in, one leg out, uncertain. You know that if you have been showing up fully with me for the last 5 days, and tomorrow it will be 6 days together, we are fully committed to making this thing work. So, as you guys know from day one, my comedy cash flow method, there are 5 C's. Today we are discussing the final C, which is commit. The commit framework, okay? And I like to use, within this framework, I like to use the ACT method. Because you see, comedy and the choice and the decision to go all in on comedy is a decision. It is just that. It is just a decision. It is not a daydream. Okay? So the ACT method, the A stands for align with your why. Now, on day one, we really delve deep into that why. If you do not have, if you are only joining us on day 5 and you haven't caught up on day 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can get all the replays in our VIP. I've sent you the link to upgrade. I will share the link to upgrade on Facebook as well if you're watching from there. But step 1 is to align with your why. Because if you're chasing gigs with no real purpose and you say yes to everything, but you actually feel fulfilled by nothing, then your energy is scattered, your voice is diluted, and you're burning out before you begin. There is a power in saying no to work, to gigs, to things that do not resonate. But do not say no, or you're not in a position to say no before you jump in with both feet, before you say one big, massive yes. Okay? Because you see, you're rooted in a bigger vision. You know exactly why you are doing this. From what we have gone through over the last 5 days, you know who you serve. You know the legacy that you're building. You make decisions with clarity and not chaos. Align with your why. You can't commit if you don't know what you are committing to. Okay? Step 2, create your career plan. I see you, angel doves. I know what's going on. You're winging it. There's no strategy. There's no structure. There's no systems. You're hoping that the next gig will change everything. And let me let you in on a secret. It never does. You have no offers, no pricing, no path, just passion and panic. And I see you because I've been there. Through the frameworks and the systems that I've given you, you have a game plan. You can know your revenue stream. You can have mapped out offers, launches, visibility, even in your downtime, even when you are not on stage. You run your comedy like the creative business it is. Because the universe rewards comedians who show up with a plan. Okay? If we look at comedians like Kevin Hart, who have built billion-dollar empires, he started off, he came from nothing. And when you start off and you have the systems in place to run yourself like a business and run your comedy like a business as quickly as possible, and you are able to grow the artistic side with the business side, that is how you build a billion-dollar comedy brand. Ka-ching, ka-ching. But both of those things require full commitment, require you to jump in with both feet. And if you're not willing to do it, if you're not willing to do what it takes, then you're more than welcome to spend the next 20, 30, 40 years performing 5 minutes, not getting paid, and praying for exposure. And I can tell you this as someone who spent part of 2 decades, I should say, because the other part was really successful, but a small part of 2 decades doing that exact same thing. Arriving at the club, praying I would get noticed. No plan, no vision, no future. just a dream and a passion with nowhere to bloody go. I've said this before, you would not get in an Uber and say, just drive. So why do we do it with our comedy and why do we do it with our careers? Okay. So the final step is to take relentless action. And what I mean by relentless action, massive action, is I mean really going all in. It's going to feel totally uncomfortable. Has anyone here ever walked on hot coals? Okay, brilliant. I have walked on hot coals, and let me tell you, that takes 3 days worth of mostly what you are doing is the hot coals takes, I mean, it's like a hot coal ceremony, but it takes maybe, 5 minutes to get across the coals, not even 2 minutes to get across the bloody coals. But you've got 3 days of mind shifting, of prepping, of getting your mind in the place that no matter the place to like getting your mind to a place where no matter what the pain, I am committing fully to enduring the pain so that I can come out the other side unscathed. And for those of you who have walked on hot coals, you will know that you start in a circle of, so you build a mental circle of fire. You spend 3 days working up to it. And before you see the hot coals in front of you, you step into an imagined ring of fire where you literally are getting into physical state. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And you are building yourself up. And as you are walking across those hot coals, you are going, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And something happened to me. I said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And I had a moment where I was like, oh, this is hot. My feet are burning. A moment. And I jumped off the coals. And I looked under my feet and they were riddled with blisters. Riddled with blisters. And I said, I did not come this far. I did not commit this fully to jump off the coals and to mentally not be strong enough to do this. Physically, wow, I feel like I'm not strong enough to do this, but to mentally not be strong enough to do that, to do this. And I walked to the back of the line, and the whole time I kept telling myself, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can do it. I can do it. I've got this. I'm committing. And I walked across those coals. It was power. Power. I was in my power state. And let me tell you something. That second round, I felt nothing. Could it have been I felt nothing because my feet were completely burned off from the first round and I had blisters from the first round? Absolutely. Or could it have been because I was standing in my power and my feet agreed with what my mind was telling my feet? So when we talk about taking relentless action, it means doing something that is massive, something that is out of your comfort zone. Okay? That is so big, that is so scary, that feels so incredibly uncomfortable that you are willing to go all in. Remember, on day, I think it could have been day 2, we spoke about the ant on a piece of paper. Do you remember we spoke about that? We said if there is an ant that is trapped on a piece of paper, or that's on your piece of paper, and you draw a circle on your page, the ant feels like it is stuck in that circle, like it is trapped in that imagined border. Once the ant realizes it is only a drawing and it crosses the barrier, it will never, ever, ever get stuck in that circle again. It will never get stuck in that circle again. So whatever is limiting you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, let down those limitations and commit. Because if not now, when? When? Okay. So step 3 is take relentless action. And I see you. I see how you start strong, but you never finish. I see. Look at day 1 on this call compared to now, even. People lose momentum. People lose momentum. The cameras go off and there's no participation, and like, you ghost your goals. You ghost your goals. You're waiting for permission, for validation, for the right time. And you're in the same place year after year because of it. You're secretly wondering if you missed your shot, and guess what? Opportunity has been knocking the whole time, but your door is closed. You closed the door. You closed the door. It was there saying, I am here to help you. I am here to be here with you. I am here to show you what is possible if you only walk through this door. And you closed the door. So I want to say that if you make the decision, the commitment to follow through, to show up no matter how messy, how difficult, how uncomfortable. If you make decisions as your future self and not your scared self, you take one brave step a day, one micro action towards a relentless massive action. That is enough. I wish someone said this to me 10 years ago. It would have saved me so much time and heartache and trial and tribulation and failure. No one is coming to save your comedy career. No one. But you can build the career, the comedy career that saves you. That saves you. So just to recap, that is the final C of our 5-step comedy cash flow formula framework. Step number 5 is to commit. And in order to commit, we follow the ACT method. Align with your why. Create your career plan. And take massive, relentless, uncomfortable action. And there is no way, and I've seen it with myself, I have seen it with my students who have risen to literally the top of their game and the top of the international game, okay? That if you implement these frameworks and you take massive, relentless action, there is no bloody stopping you. You will achieve everything and more you ever dreamed possible. You will become truly, truly unstoppable. Angel doves, gorgeous humans. Are you still with me? Shauna, Alex, Steph, Sam, where you? Where's your cameras? What's going on? Hello, are you with me? Okay, brilliant. Can we please unmute, and can we share with me, if you are able to turn your cameras on, please do. It makes me feel like I am in the room with some humans. That would be amazing. It really would mean a lot to me. Can we please share breakthroughs, breakdowns, what we've learned from the whole 5 days, what we've gone through, what we've experienced? You know, who were we? And I always say to my students, I want you to be really cognizant of who you are before you come to a challenge and who you are at the end of the challenge. Who you are on day 5, day 6. I want you to be so clear with yourself on who you are, what aha you had, and how that changed you. So if you are willing to share, please switch on your mics and let us discuss. Feedback, breakthroughs, breakdowns. Alex, Shauna, are you with me, my love? Hello.
I am. Yeah, sorry about the camera. It keeps freezing when I put it on.
That's okay.
I would say the bit about you don't need a bigger audience, you need a better aligned one, and like finding your specific people and nurturing them is a big like aha moment.
Talk to me more. Talk to me more about that. Why is that such a big aha for you? What have you been doing that has been counter to that?
Because I feel like I post videos and they get like a lot of views and they're always like quite successful, but I don't get the followers from it. And it's always like, oh, I'm so good at getting the views and the likes, but not the followers. And it's like I'm not targeting like a specific like community and making them like want to come back for me in particular.
So can I coach you, Shauna?
Yeah, go for it.
My question to you would be, how are you showing up? Are you showing up as a magnetic personal brand?
Probably not.
And that's perfectly okay, but you have to just realize that it's not necessarily that you're doing something wrong. Okay? It's not that you are doing something wrong. It is more going, if I just see what is working and what is not working, and if I am not showing up as authentically beautiful, genius, highest version of Shauna, like we discussed on day 2, if I'm not showing up as her, no one has a reason to stay around.
Yeah.
They want the Shauna who is happy and laughing with her girlfriend, her boyfriend, her sister, her brother, her parents, they want that sort of authenticity. They want that sort of connection, that sort of realness. And it's vulnerable, and nobody understands vulnerability and showing up being vulnerable the way comedians do. No one understands how vulnerable we are, how we have to suck everything up, get back out there on stage, fail night after night after night, and fail publicly. But that willingness to fail publicly is actually our superpower. That is our superpower because it gives us the opportunity to say, look, guys, I'm doing a thing. I'm doing a thing. I am here. We're in a room. I'm doing a challenge for comedians, which I never do. I don't do it anymore. I don't sell to comedians. I don't work with comedians anymore. I don't train comedians in this capacity anymore. I just don't. But I was called to do it. I was called to do it and called to try it. And I was like, I'm going to show up. And the right people who can connect with my message and hopefully gain and take something out and transform their lives from my message will connect, will show up. And Shauna, remember we spoke about the importance of 100 loyal fans.
Yeah.
100, my angel. Not 1,000, not a gabajillion, not a work toward 100. And when we say loyal fans, I mean, you know the depth I went into it, into the training. I mean 1,000, 100 adoring fans. 100 adoring fans. That is what is important. Shauna, you
Yeah.
got this. You got this, my angel. Sam, let's give it up for Shauna.
Thank you.
Yes. Stephanie, hello, my.
Oh, hello. Can you see me?
I can't. I can see
No.
your picture.
Okay, good. I can't figure out how to put my hand up or state that I'd like to do an aha other than just interrupting. I'm really sorry.
Great interruption. You were perfectly on time, my darling. No stress. Tell me the aha, my love.
I think my aha is just about being a bit more structured and planning instead of just putting out content willy-nilly, is like actually have a bit of a plan about it, and then script it a little bit, and then I can kind of, riff around it, but so that there's a real call to action in each piece of my content, whether that's just like, join me psychologically in my new like superpower idea, or actually join me in, a workshop or anything. So yeah, being structured and having some kind of call to action in nearly everything I do. Pushing it forward all the time.
Do you know what I like about that? I know that you said that your style is you're an MC, you're quite silly, you're quite large on stage.
Yeah.
Have you studied improv, Steph?
Yes, but years ago, and I'm already thinking about doing it. Yeah, I've already looked into local improv groups because I think that would help.
Yeah, totally. If there is anything that gives you, and my background, if like my real superpower, and the thing that, I am mostly known for is improv and my improv background.
Yeah.
And I will say that the greatest gift that improv has given me and given my students is the ability to play within a framework.
Yes. Yeah.
The ability to go, and when I say play, not halt creativity, not hold yourself back, not dumb down the play in any sort of way, but rather have the systems, the frameworks, the methodology to explode your thinking and explode your play within the frameworks.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that actually having a framework doesn't box you in. It just gives you something to anchor on, and then you can go for it and play and riff around that, right? And be as free as a bird, but there's always like an anchoring.
Power.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. Steph.
Thank you for letting me interrupt, guys.
Yay, great interruption. We love your interruptions. Steph, with the anchorings and the improvs and the silly comedy. We love it. Love it. Alex or Sam? Who's next? Oh, Sean is doing a clap. We love it. Alex or Sam? Who's next?
Hello.
Sam.
Yeah, hi, how are you doing? Yeah, thanks, Claudine. Yeah, I need to sort of crack on with it, really. But that's the inspiration that you're giving. So thank you very much. Um, yeah, I don't really know much more to add today. I'm just trying to sort of get myself into that zone.
Okay.
But it's yeah,
Great.
really good.
I mean, how are you feeling from anything we've discussed over the last 5 days? You know, what big ahas have you had? What big takeaways? Has there been anything that's touched, moved, inspired you?
Yeah, as I said, so when I came to the course, I felt very much like, to say, like a toddler, just trying to sort of find my feet, and it's made me realize what I need to do to sort of, or what I need to try to do to sort of move things forward. Um, you know, and the importance of sort of getting into the right mindset and the right sort of taking action mindset, really, which is difficult. We talked about earlier on in the week, didn't we, about um, uh, limiting beliefs and things like that, which we all have, of course. So yeah, I've got work to do. I know I've got work to do, but it's an important thing to do. So it's it's been important for me to get some focus basically on the comedy this week, because I haven't been focused on it for various reasons, as we've discussed before, and I'm trying to get sort of the focus back onto things at the moment. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm at, where I'm at the moment, I think.
Good. Okay, I like
Yeah.
it. Give it up for Sam for Sam, can I coach you for a second?
Yeah, go on.
Can I suggest a reframe instead of saying that focusing or getting rid of limiting beliefs is difficult? Isn't life difficult with limiting beliefs?
Yeah, of
Isn't
course.
that difficult?
Mm.
Isn't that so much harder, Sam, than just saying, this belief I have doesn't serve me, keeps me small, keeps me stuck, keeps me gravely unhappy. I choose to believe something else.
Hmm.
Literally is as simple as that. The issue comes in is because our minds have been believing these limiting beliefs for generations.
Mm.
And we have to go, just because we've been believing it for generations does not make it true. Does not make it true. And we need to disconnect from the limiting beliefs and the limiting thoughts. Sam, you've got this. You've got this. And it is easier than you think. It is easier than you think. It is way more difficult to live with limitations. And I'm sure you can think of numerous examples in your life where that is a fact, because I can think of numerous examples in my life where the limiting beliefs and having those limiting beliefs have led to more difficulty. If I could have just gone out of my own way and done the thing, bada bing, bada bong, easy.
Hmm.
There is no benefit to a limiting belief in my head telling me that I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, I would not have done anything or achieved anything in my life to date. We spoke about having a masogi, which is a year-long quest, which defines that year for you. It is something that stands out, something that is huge. I had body dysmorphia, so I entered a beauty pageant. How cool! How fun! I wasn't ready. I wasn't thin enough. I wasn't tanned enough. I didn't have hair extensions. I couldn't walk in high heels. But let me tell you something, Sam, I shone. I shone. I didn't win the crown, but I won the crown, if you know what I mean. I didn't win the crown, but I got the sash. I got the sash. Do not hold yourself back from experiencing the fullness of life because of limiting thinking. And as I'm saying it to you, Sam, I'm saying it to me. Because even though I'm pretty damn good with working on mindset and, developing my mindset and making sure that I am strong and tough and I gotten rid of as many limiting beliefs as possible and reframed and reshifted those beliefs, I still have my days because I'm human. I'm human. But what I do have is the strategy. The strategy to know, okay, wait, I'm having a thought which says that I am not enough. Look at the strategy. Look at the framework. If I implement it how I've implemented it before, if I implement this strategy and I can see the results of what I have achieved for myself, that is how you get rid of a limiting belief. So it is way easier. That is me coaching you for a second. It is way easier than you think. You got this, Sam. Sam, everybody,
Thank you. Cheers.
bringing the
Thanks,
fire,
Claudine.
having the breakthroughs, getting over limiting beliefs. I bloody love it. Alex, hello, my love. Are you there?
Hi, yeah, I am.
Hi,
I'm
Gorge.
sorry, I'm having issues with my internet as well. It just
Don't
keeps on
stress.
cutting out. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've only been on two because of work commitments. But I have found it to be super, super helpful, especially the one that I sat in on about finding your followers and finding your crew, essentially. And yeah, I think the the issue that I face and what I found is quite amazing about you is your enthusiasm is infectious. But for me, I find the issue is consistent enthusiasm and motivation. Because as a human being, we obviously go in like waves of everything within our lives. We're only humans. And so sometimes I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, yes, let's absolutely do this. And then sometimes I wake up, I'm like, oh, I can't even pick up a pen today. Like I can't bring myself to do it. And yeah, that's at times that can be frustrating. So I'm just trying, and I just want to enjoy it, and it's finding the motivation to keep on going and be creative to enjoy it. So like I do find that like this has been really helpful for that. It's just like trying to make it a career becomes a whole different kettle of fish in a way. So that's what I'm trying to jump onto. But yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Everybody for sharing and being vulnerable. Alex, can I coach you for a second?
Always.
Alex, I want to tell you that lack of enthusiasm happens to all of us. Happens to all of us. I am going to be completely blunt and honest with everybody on this live and in this Zoom room. I am used to doing large challenges with entrepreneurs, with corporates, with that is it's easy for me to go, 6 people showed up today, don't be disheartened. And maybe if I'm lucky, there's some people watching the live. Don't be disheartened. And then I think to myself, wait, Claudine, you have done this so many times to know that if even one life is changed by one sentence that you are saying, it is your moral obligation to show up and show up fully. For the next 2 hours, Alex, I am giving you everything that I've got. I am over delivering in terms of energy. I am over delivering in terms of material. I am giving you everything that I've got. I'm putting it all out there because I made a commitment to show up. And I promise you, if you show up, if you can commit to yourself to show up, whether it is, 10 minutes a day to show up for your comedy career, or 5 minutes a day, whatever you can start with to show up for your career, you are going to rewatch this, what we are talking about now.
Yeah.
In 10 years' time, and you are going to go, Claudine, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because that advice to start small and commit to 5 minutes a day it has compounded to me actually having a career.
Yeah.
As opposed to you watching this in 10 years' time going, I didn't feel like showing up today and I couldn't really commit because I was burnt out and I was broken and you're not burnt out. You may be burnt out, but you're not broken. You're not broken. And if you are not broken, that means there is something left in you that you can pull on, some sort of strength that you can show up with. That means that in 10 years' time, you're going to say, Claudine, I have a career or I don't have a career. And either way, the choice is yours.
Yeah.
The choice is yours. Because I promise you, when you look at someone, like I spoke to you guys about having expanders in your life. When I look at somebody who is a huge expander in my life, like Trevor Noah, I promise you now, Trevor Noah didn't say, I don't feel like doing comedy today. I don't feel like doing this gig. And he may have said it. He may have said it. Let me correct that. He may have said it, and he may have said it to himself, and he may have felt it, but he showed up anyway.
Yeah.
He showed up anyway. So, Alex, if you get anything from what I'm telling you now, show up regardless.
Mm.
And I literally am waiting for that email in 2 years' time to say, Claudine, you changed my life with that one bit of coaching. Because I know in my own career and in the career of my students, step number 1 of this whole framework is about showing up. It is, I don't want to say that one step is more important than the other, because you can't do one without the other. You can't, car doesn't work without all the parts. It won't drive. But if you can commit to showing up every day, and the reason why I am doing this as well and doing my AI day tomorrow is I'm telling you, if you watch, I am very involved what is going on in AI and what's going to be happening and the predictions that they are making. Comedians are really going to have to rethink the way we do comedy and how we do comedy and how we can work with AI, because everything is going to be so incredibly different. So you need to build your personal brand yesterday. You need to show up yesterday. I'm telling you, today is too late. Today is too late. I could have seen 6 people live on this Zoom and gone, guys, you know what? I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. We've been live together now. For those of you who are in VIP, at the end of today, it will be for roughly, and maybe even if we work it out, roughly 10 hours. That is 10 hours of immersion. Right? And I could have gone, I don't have the energy. I don't feel like it. I could be on the beach somewhere having my nails bloody painted. It's only 6 people. But I know from this work, from doing this work, I know that if one person's life has changed, I don't know, it is my moral obligation to do it. And if one person's life has changed, I don't know who Sam is going to talk to about, Sam has a friend who owns a corporate in this place who says you have to get Claudine to do this thing. And then he speaks to somebody at Netflix, and then Alex speaks to somebody and I get these referrals, and you don't know what's going to come from you showing up. Alex, you go out there, you perform 5 minutes of comedy tonight. You have no idea who is watching. You have no idea who is listening. You have no idea who is dressed like you, looks like you, feels like you, who goes, oh my gosh, I relate so much. And because you are up there on stage tonight, I feel like I can do it too.
Yeah.
It is your moral obligation. You got this, girl. You got this. Show up. Show up, commit, and go all in. You got this. We're rooting for you. We're rooting for you. Alex, showing up with the fire, committing to showing up.
Thank you.
You got this, girl. Chamu. Hello, Gorge.
Hey.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
I know you joined late, Chamu, but we're just talking about, and it can be from the whole 5 days together, just really breakdowns, breakthroughs. Were you touched, moved, inspired in any way? Big ahas, talk to me.
I think for me, because of the timings as well, the VIP was more suitable than the regular sessions. And getting that one-on-one time was really good with you, because I think sometimes it's like the way you say it, condensing decades into days is really helpful. I can't really put my finger into one particular thing and say this helped me. It's also because where I am in my journey, where I've just about started, it's hard. Like everything is like it's like a kid in a candy store. So all the content you share is like giving me that little bit of direction. There's tools everywhere, so it's. I think a lot of the onus now is on me to put what I've learned or I've been exposed to into action. So, in a nutshell, I think the main thing would be having that one-on-one session, the one-on-one time with the VIP sessions. I think that would be my main takeaway, because it's tailored to me, and it's almost like, I think the difference is like group therapy versus having your own therapist, right? It makes a huge difference. Not to kind of put down the impact of a group, but still, when you have one-on-one time, I think it's a little bit more nuanced and customized to your own personal journey. So in that sense, listening to you and getting that motivation from you, to, you bring a lot of energy, Claudine. I think that's no secret to anyone in the call now. And just sharing that, being in that space with you, in that energetic field, so to speak, I think makes a huge difference in propelling oneself forward. I think normalize the narrative will probably, if I was to really think deep, I think normalizing the narrative would be something that stands out for me, which is also incidentally something that's tricky, because I'm actually a supremely extrovertish person when it comes to social settings. But at the same time, when I'm strategizing and focusing, I tend to go into my shell, because that's like my little zone of, that's like my little workshop, physically and mentally. And I don't like to be disturbed, or I don't like to talk much about it at all. So for me, normalizing the narrative is, and then again, when I'm on stage, I'm like the person that people know me to be. So, but no one knows the personality that tucks away like an old Mother Hubbard in the cupboard, sort of a personality that I have, and kind of connecting the dots and putting it together. It's almost like I have a stage face and a social face, and then I have like my face. You know what I mean? So normalizing the narrative for me is interesting. It pushes me and it also challenges me at the same time. It intrigues me and challenges me at the same time.
Got you, Chamu. And I just want to say, give it up for Chamu, everybody. Claps. Hello. Are you all there? Where's the cameras? Hello. Are we in the room? Are we with me? Yes. Hello. Beautiful. Give it up for Chamu. Can we do some fire emojis in the comments? Some claps, some something. Yes. Brilliant. I just want to say, Chamu, it was, I haven't ever been on a challenge where the VIP has been one-on-one. I've never had just one person sign up to a VIP. So I totally think that was just like, how it ended up. And the truth is as well is, there's power to having one-on-one, because you get laser focus and laser focus training and laser feedback. But also there's power in being in a room and hearing the feedback from your peers and watching how it's working and watching the ahas and watching what is changing and watching the breakthroughs. So on that note, if you are with me, if you are still with me, can you, and you are able to switch on your cameras, please do. Please do. It really does help me and does let me know that humans are here and it's not just me talking into a camera. Yesterday, we spoke about how I serve people, and we spoke about, thank you, Sam, legend. So yesterday, we spoke about how I serve people, and I heard you. I got the feedback. You were like, Claudine, too much for now. So is it okay if I tell you how I have re-looked and reworked this offer? Is that okay? Give me a yes, nod head, thumbs up, all the things. Beautiful. Angel doves. Hold on. This is how, so basically, this is how you can take the next step with me if it feels right for you. This is going to be the 5 to Fame one day, one man show accelerator. I have 3 spots available, and that is it. One day, one framework, one show that changes everything for you. You've been sitting on your story, your set, your moment. You do not need another course. You need a career catalyst and a co-pilot. In this exclusive one-day road mapping experience, I personally am going to walk you through the exact 5 to Fame framework, taking you from your first 5 minutes to your one-man show. A clear roadmap to build a legacy and a living from it. So this isn't a workshop. It is not a workshop. It's an implementation day. You are going to walk away with your 5 to Fame roadmap. We looked at the value yesterday, and we saw that one trip was £25,000. So we valued this at £25,000. We're going to clarify the concept, the title, the message of your one-person show, and identify your tightest 5 minutes and build the emotional arc that supports that story. So we're going to map the scenes, the tones, the transitions, the final beats. So you basically are going to walk away with the deadlines, the structure, the purpose, the bare bones of your one-man show. Okay? You also are going to get your comedy brand clarity session. Now, I was thinking, do I include this in the one day? And then I was like, this is essential. So I'm including this because I don't want any of the value to be lost. So this is valued at over £15,000. And this is where we define your comedy archetype, your voice. This is exactly what Alex was talking about, okay? Align your show with your brand DNA. That is so clear in your messaging that everybody knows that it is you and your show, and that is how it stands out. So we're going to create your tagline and your presence, okay? For those of you who jump in, I also have been referring the entire time to, let me just see where it is. I've been referring to this book, okay? In this book, I have lists, and I feel like as a bonus for those who go in, on top of all the bonuses you have already gotten from being a VIP, including the extra bonus training of our extra VIP day, including the World Comedy Rolodex, which gives you access to all the festivals and comedy festivals around the world, the list of those, including your comedy content brainstorm board, which you got, which is the workbook component, okay? You are going to get a list of the agents and reviewers in the UK. And if you commit and you go all in and you are not in the UK, I will do the same research for you in your particular city. I will give you that same list in your city. Okay? For the first person who goes in, I am going to personally direct your 5 minutes. I'm going to performance direct your 5 minutes. So this is not a discount, okay? There's no pressure. This is just the transformation, okay? So this is for you if you've been circling your show idea forever, but you haven't committed. If you're done waiting for permission and you want results now, if you're ready to go all in with your story, your brand, your business, you don't need theory, you need the implementation. And this is the implementation. So to remind you what you are going to get, you are going to get your 5 to frame roadmap. That is the roadmap to take you from 5 minutes to your one-woman show, your one-man show, as well as we are going to craft your comedy brand. We're going to have that clarity session where we will find your archetype, your voice. You're going to get all of the bonuses, okay? As well as for those of you who go in today, you are going to get the list. You're going to get that list of the bookers and the reviewers in your area. Let's say in your area for now, okay? Because that makes the most sense. And the first person to enroll, you are going to receive live performance direction from me for your 5-minute set. Okay? So we have not discounted the offer. I do not believe in discounts. If you are watching this, please never discount your offer. You would never, ever go, if this is something that you take from this training, you would never go to a surgeon and say, I'm ready to have my boobs done. Give me a discount. You know what he'll do? He'll give you one boob in the middle of your chest. Okay? So what I am offering you here is you've said to me, Claudine, I can't do the entire body right now. I can't. You've given me loads with the butt. You've given me loads with the butt, but the actual butt augmentation, I'm going to go figure out for myself. And if it takes me 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, that's up to you. But I want to do the butt augmentation. And what I'm offering you is a boob job. You can never ever watch these replays back because people will be like, what is Claudine talking about? But you guys get me. I'm offering you a gorgeous boob job. Okay? And that gorgeous boob job, and we could look at, once we've done the boob job, we can look at coming to the butt augmentation if you feel like you would want to continue, like it is right for you. Okay? So this is one day, one transformative day where we are going to implement. We're going to do the work. We're going to condense those decades into days. So instead of through trial and error, working your 5 minutes, think about how long it takes a comedian to work their 5 minutes up to a one-man show. I mean, I have created this offer to be 100% frank and honest with the Claudine of 10 years ago in mind. Wow, the amount of time that I will never be able to buy back, working on multiple 5-minute sets, only to go, this is not my voice, this is not my comedy, this is not my style. And having to start again and again and again and again. Okay? So if you go all in today, my angel doves, it is 8497. Okay? To go all in. I have the links. Here we go. Here I'm dropping the links in the chat. There we go. Dropping the links. Okay, there it is. And if you decide to go all in, if it is right for you, I'm going to hold your hand through this journey and take you from 5 minutes to your one-woman show, one-man show, and I've done the hard work so that you don't have to, and just condense that time. that time. Yesterday I was talking to Chamu and we were talking about having different frameworks and how confusing that could be. How confusing it could be to have different frameworks for things. And what I mean by that is when you put your destination in the Uber, okay, it doesn't follow 3 maps. It follows one. It takes one journey to get there. Follow one journey, follow one map. Now you can decide. What I'm offering here is I'm taking you on a journey across Africa. From the northern to the southern tip, or from the southern to the northern tip. Now you can walk there and it will take you 10 years, 20 years, however long it will take. You can get there via car, and the car may break down and the engine may fall out, and, you know, along the way, you better know how to change a tire, my babes. So it will take you maybe a year, right? What I'm offering is come on board the jet. It is air conditioned in here, people. We are sitting on leather seats. I have champagne. It is champagning. Let us get to the top in a few hours. Let us get to the top in a few hours. So, angel doves, for those of you who have questions, let me just, I want to open here. For those of you who have questions, for those of you who are feeling, right, like you don't have the money. I've been flat broke. I've been like not taking buses broke, okay? You're not irresponsible. You're just scared to invest in something when you're unsure if it will work or it will work, okay? The truth is you can't afford not to change. Your comedy deserves more than just scraps, okay? Because they want comedians to stay struggling. You can be funny and broke and grateful for exposure and come on my lineup. Come be hilarious on my lineup for free. Broke is a circumstance. Committed is a decision. And that is what we went into today. For those of you who are like, I don't have the time, I used to think that I was too busy. Okay? Until I realized that I just scheduled myself out of my own dreams, because you do have the time. You've been trained to prioritize survival over your passion, and that is not your fault. So this isn't about finding time. It's about, because what I am offering is saving the time. It's about finally making yourself a priority. Okay? They want you to work in their timelines, not own your legacy, okay? You're not too busy. You're just not booked into your own calendar yet. For those of you who are feeling I'm not ready, I've just started, this is all too much. I waited years for the perfect moment and it never bloody came. It never bloody came. If you keep thinking readiness is a feeling, it is actually just a decision. Growth does not happen before the leap. It happens because of it. You see, people are profiting off of your hesitation because they're getting better, because they're leaping, because you're not creating. Okay? They're getting better. So confidence comes after commitment, not before, and never before. But those of you who are feeling like, what if I fail? I've bombed. I've been rejected. I still fail. I still am rejected. Okay? You're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of being seen, trying, and not winning. But in every win, I've had to come through the losses. They want to shame your failure, okay? But failure is a bruise. It is not a tattoo, my angels. It is not a tattoo. Walk it off, and walk it off with someone who can hold your hand through it. Feels much better. What if it doesn't work for me? Well, I doubted it too. I thought maybe I was the exception to the success. Okay, you've probably never been shown a model that actually speaks to who you are as a creative, and that is not your fault. This wasn't built for influencers. It wasn't built for marketers. I built this for you. It's for comedians like us. They sell success formulas that ignore your art. You are not broken. Their model was broken. Okay? It won't work for you until you work for you. Oh, that is good. Write that one down. Okay? For those of you who are feeling like I'm already performing, so was I. So was I. I was stuck in a loop of stage time that didn't pay the rent and the 5 minutes that were never good enough. You can be booked but still broke. Talent doesn't equal income without, talent doesn't equal income without strategy, and that is what we have been saying for the last 5 days. Performance is step 1, profit is step 5, okay? They want you to chase applause instead of building assets. But let me tell you something, angel doves, claps don't pay. The stage doesn't play unless you know how to sell off the back of it. If you're feeling like you're just getting started, your audience is too small, we spoke about having 100 loyal fans. 100 loyal fans. You do not need to go viral. You need to get valuable. What will people think? I used to silence myself to be liked until I actually realized that no one was living my life but me. You weren't born to impress. You were born to express. When you finally choose yourself, your people will find you. They want you to be palatable and polite and not powerful. So let them watch. You're not performing for their approval. You're building your future. Angel doves, you've got this. For those of you who are joining me in VIP, who are going to see me now and see me tomorrow, we are going to get started I need a 10-minute break. We'll get started in 10 minutes. For those of you who this is the last time I'm going to be seeing you, I will see you on social media. I hope that you have joined the Facebook group. Please keep in touch. Sign up to the mailers so that I can keep in touch with you too. Follow on the socials so that I can keep in touch with you as well. And angel doves, remember to stay hilarious. See you in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Big love, Shauna.
I was very impressed.
Claudine is probably the best placed person to break you out of your shell and to show you a new direction in terms of like what you are capable of achieving. So yeah, I highly recommend working with her. And if you do have the opportunity, jump in with both feet.
Comedy and improv also makes you a better presenter, better speaker, a better listener. I think it makes you a better human altogether. And I think I'm a miserable human without it for so long.
Like love isn't always a big thing that is spoken about when it comes to entrepreneurs and managerial things and go-getters and all that stuff. But love is possibly Claudine's biggest quality. She's got so much love in everything she does, and a high skill, high aptitude for improv, and there's this care in her heart where she cares about others. So some people in the performance world, it's a tough game, and so you tend to focus on where you're at, where she has enough heart to climb out of her own skin and to really care about where you're at and walk the journey with you. Hey man, she's gonna give you super skills. It's gonna be a wonderful journey. It's gonna kick ass, and you're gonna grow as a performer. If you're not a performer, you're gonna learn skills. You're gonna become a performer. You're gonna learn great improv skills with Claudine. I highly recommend it. She's awesome.
A lot of confidence, like it's brought out a lot of the characteristics that have always been deep inside of me.
That has been my journey from a timid engineer, hiding behind the scenes and just simply looking at life through the camera, through the viewfinder, I should say. And instead, I get to tell my story in front of the camera and help other people tell their story as well. So thank you, Claudine.
It was a really amazing time where I learned really the art of speaking, of making sure that whatever is going on in my mind is finding a clear way and making it through my audience. It didn't matter who I was speaking to or why. Claudine was always in our corner, helping us understand that improv is an amazing way to be open as a creative. And then even as someone outside of the creative space, improv is a way for you to generate new and exciting ideas. It's a way to come out of the shell of a corporate space and really find fun again in living. I'm so glad that I was able to work with Claudine. She has really helped me grow as a performer and as a person. And I can guarantee that she can definitely do that for you.
Before I logged on, I literally couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. And the person I was an hour and a bit ago and the person I am now is two different people. I'm more relaxed. I am feeling more confident. I feel like you've literally changed my life because I've been sitting on top of a proposal for 4 years because I was scared that I'm going to fail. I'm failing because I'm not even trying. So it's showing me that it's okay to fail. So what if I tried and it doesn't work out, but at least I would have tried. I'm really so thankful for you, for this.
Well,
You've changed my life, really, and I hope I can continue with it.
Comedy isn't difficult. Yes, very. But you know what else is difficult? Making characters in your commercials sound like actual human beings, not just like mouthpieces. With Claudine's improv training, what I was able to do is come up with something that was a little bit more funny and had a little bit more character to it. So it wasn't just people mouthpiecing about the product, rather sounding like actual human beings that talked about something they really enjoyed or cared about. So this is something that interests you. You should talk to Claudine. Literally, she's right there. National treasure, available to you. Contact her.
Claudine Ullman is an incredible coach. She has such a wonderful energy, and she's really able to guide you safely and joyfully through any process. I have always enjoyed working with her and recommend her wholeheartedly.
I was very impressed. I was very just like, wow, this works. This is brilliant. I think if you want to engage and really muscle in with the framework, then you need to do it in person. You need to do 3 days.
So I'm compliance manager, headed up a trade surveillance team within a Japanese investment bank. Before it was really difficult speaking in front of executives and trying to get something that sounded like what I needed to say, what I knew in my head, out to and communicate to those people that were needing the value of what I had to say.
And so that was me beforehand, and I really struggled with that, and being able to sort of, if you like, be starstruck in front of these types of people, not thinking I had anything of value to say, but the reality was very different. Really realizing I actually had something to offer that group really made a difference to me and gave me huge amounts of confidence. And sort of since that, like, it really has the course that I did really has revolutionized the way that I've been able to communicate and speak to those more senior than me. Like, I don't have, there's a little voice there beforehand saying, but that says, you've got to make sure that you're well prepared. You've got to make sure that, you've got something to say. But then when I'm actually in the room, there's less of that voice saying, oh, you hear, like, being starstruck, that starstruck voice that's basically freezing me, and not allowing me to function and get what I need to get out. And so now, I've just that's just totally been revolutionized, really. And actually, soon after the improv course, I actually gave a presentation. So that one of the senior execs in my field said, Scott, we need you to do a presentation. And it was something that my level of management would give over the previous 3 or 4 years I'd been there. And I always felt to myself, there's no way, if they ever asked me, that I'm actually going to do it. And I had actually, the head of my whole department had actually asked me to do one, and I said no. Let me think about it, and I never got back to him. But this time, there was really no going away with it. It's like, I had to do it, and anyway, it was in front of 150 people, and it actually went amazingly well. And so many people came on afterwards and said, "Wow, that was unbelievable. We never knew you could do that." So many people, like, privately saying it was just so interesting what you had to say. Just makes you realize that, there's this voice in your head that sometimes you just need to switch off, because it really doesn't matter. Care about you, be yourself. And this course gave me that sort of self-confidence, helped give me that additional self-confidence that I believe I needed at that time. Yeah, I would 100% recommend it. It really is something that you would not normally associate with doing this type of improv to, like, improve your overall sense of worth and being able to present to lots of people and talk to lots of people. But one thing it does do is it really prepares you and enables you to be able to do that. So I would 100% really recommend it, and it really has improved things for myself. Just in general, not just in work, but just in life in general, like being prepared to, like, risk everything, like, not to care so much what people think, what people have to say about you. Being, like, just trying to be more funny and jokey, and even if it doesn't go down well, it's great. You just laugh at yourself and think, don't take it too seriously. So just things like that. It's worthwhile doing.
Like, improv has helped me a lot with